Hello and welcome to another episode of Dark Visions, a role playing game in GURPS 4th edition, brought to you by the Cobalt Cafe. I'm Tara, the GM, and with us today, in no particular order, we have Dustbin Mothman.
Hello, I'm Justin Mothman and I am playing Jacqueline Graves, who is ready to see some ghosts.
Then we have Luke.
Hey, I'm Luke. I'm playing Tracy Thompson, former secretary to private investigator turned magically Benjamin Buttons young girl, ready to kick some ghost butt if they should show the butts.
Then we have Everoth.
Hello, I am Ebra. I play for you Robert Phillips, your oddball of an assistant to Blake.
Jared.
Hey, I'm Jared. I'm playing Michel Cote, professor of theater, successful military police raid escaper.
And James.
Hey, I am James. I am playing Blake Black of Black and White Detective Agency. I'm pretty beat up at this point, and we are gonna go do the thing.
Alright, so last episode, or chapter, we had our team dealing with uh, an escape, first off, from the military, except for Blake, who decided he was just going to stick around and talk to the general, who gave him a couple days to fix this situation, otherwise his ass was going to, be thrown in military prison forever.
Don't forget Randy, who set himself on fire and went to hospital.
Yes, Randall, who lit himself on fire by using a squirt gun and basically a lighter. So kids, don't play with homemade explosives.
Randy
At least not with an
Randy-
adult nearby.
Yeah. And then everyone went to the college to meet back up, where they discovered a horrible growth in the science building due to, meddling with dark forces. And then Blake blew up a school building.
It had it coming.
Um, Almost blowing himself up in the process.
He had it coming.
And then everyone was headed to the lighthouse, where all this shenanigans began. And they're currently in a boat on the way. If any of you want to have a scene in here, just let me know. Otherwise, we'll just start at the beach.
While on the boat. So, what is your plan, Blake? Just blow up the lighthouse?
I don't know. I guess.
Like, does anyone have a cigarette?
I will grab one from my pocket, or I will grab two and light one up myself.
And hand one to the 7-year-old, or like the
And
12-year-old.
I don't care. I don't care at this point.
I've been trying to buy cigarettes all week. Thank you.
Robert's gonna be like, Blake, what the fuck?
It's the 70s.
Good for you.
I guess.
Actually, Tracy, your lungs have been feeling a whole lot better, though.
We need to fix that.
Okay. So, yeah, I think they're still talking about no plan here. Just going for it.
I mean, does anybody else have any ideas?
I'd love to be an adult again, honestly. But
No, you
aside from
wouldn't.
that, no, you're right. Actually, when I think about it, this is kind of a great thing, you know.
Puberty Part 2 is gonna suck, but you know, you did it once.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but at least now you've got the experience, and
I'm gonna go to journalism school again.
I mean, you could
it's
probably.
gonna be a lot harder to do the paperwork.
I mean, this time around, you would be able to probably get your high school diploma. Like, you could get it, just take a bunch of tests, and just be child prodigy at this point.
But this doesn't deal with the lighthouse.
Yes.
Not at
If
all.
it's still got all that
No.
black sand in the bottom, just ignite it.
Well, but we still need to take black sand back so that way they can fix Django.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we bring a little bit back, but blow the rest up.
How much did he say he needed? He said we didn't have enough before.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's before he cut his arm open and consumed the inside of the house, so you don't know what's going on with that.
No, that's a good point.
Yep.
And we've still got the problem with the shadow ghost things.
So, speaking of Janko, did you leave her with just the MPs at the dock? Or are they on the boat?
I would have assumed
All
that
three of them.
she's on the boat with us.
Yeah, I think we need to bring her with us.
Okay, yeah, so she's there with the MPs, but so you guys rented like a bigger boat, not just
Not the pedalo that we'd had a few times
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. Harbor Master's like, what the hell are you guys doing out there all the time?
Mind your own business.
But I keep interrupting. Sorry, guys. You can keep talking this out.
Tracy shrugs and then throws a cigarette into the bay.
I mean, I am absolutely not above just blowing this shit and bouncing out.
Nod agreeingly.
Maybe we just grab a crate, blow the rest.
Jacqueline, you remember when you were here last, they weren't in crates anymore? They were in like giant glass like tanks
Yeah.
with a bunch of light pointing at them.
Dumbass army.
Oh. Well, if that's the case,
That's going to be hard to retrieve.
I'm not worried about retrieving it at this point. It's been a while while it's been set up like that, so honestly, who the fuck knows what we're about to walk into?
Yeah.
It's on.
Oh, is there a flare gun in this boat?
Yes.
I take the damn flare gun. Like all the flares that come with it.
All 6 of them. Maybe 12, if you're lucky.
Then there was a small bundle. I forgot to mark it down. So now I've got a flare gun. What, 6 flares?
Yeah.
I'll look that up. And then, how many road flares did I have?
You had a total of there was 6 in there, so you're down to 5.
Down to 5. All right. I will pass road flares out.
Okay.
There's enough for one each. Maybe the MPs can share one. If you're happy with your flare gun.
Yeah, I'm happy with the flare gun.
I'll take a road flare and stuff it in my pocket.
Messy.
Yep. Ev, you get a road flare too, Robert.
Thank you.
I hand one to Jacqueline and just like hesitate.
I just take it from you and look at it and like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that.
I don't
You'll
either.
know when the time comes.
I don't either, but it'll be better to have it.
Puts it in a bag.
Okay, so it sounds like we're winging it and just heading to the island.
I got nothing better.
Yeah, we got no more information that can help us.
like at this point, we gotta go back to the island. I don't know even what's waiting for us there. Do you guys have any thought on what's waiting for us there? I'm gonna assume a lot of goddamn black stuff, and it's probably gotten out of the glass tanks.
Yeah.
Probably
monsters.
something similar to at the university.
Yeah. And I'm gonna
Maybe bigger.
guess. I'm just gonna guess because all of our problems seem to come and bite us at one time. There's gonna be those shadow things here too. But that's just a stab in the dark.
Don't you want to be an 11-year-old again, Blake?
I take a slug of whiskey and a long drag off the cigarette and say no.
Before we leave, Jacqueline wants to be nice and do a protection spell for us all.
Go ahead and roll occultism. Cool.
Boom,
You do.
protected.
Awesome. Well, you arrive or get close enough, and this entire like hill here and all the surrounding buildings are just just black. Like all of this here, and again the measurements are all off. But then also alongside the blackness, there's like towers of fractal tree-looking black, fractal spires coming off of there. Just like a forest. So it looks like this entire portion of the island has been covered, and there's a huge tower, probably 3 times the height of the original lighthouse, of just pulsating black.
Do you think you can hit it with a flare from the shore? I mean, sorry if there's any people in there, but I mean, do we even need to step off the boat? Can you just fire a flare in that direction?
That's a thought.
But with this much, would we get nuked?
Drug.
I mean, we've never seen this much at once before, right?
No.
Based on that last
No.
explosion, I don't think we'll be able to be far enough away to set it off and not die with a flare gun. I think we're going to need to set up some kind of delayed thing in there if we want to blow it up?
Side note,
And
it's
then get
beautiful because
real
it's
far
also
away.
aurora-ing.
Oh, right.
We
Just hold
could
up to
do
here.
a fuse, a rope, a string, light one end, and run like L.
I'm good with that. Just take a stroll into the lighthouse, blow it up.
Let's go to shore then.
I guess that's the plan.
Okay. So you're actually going through the black sand forest?
I guess.
Right.
Can we go around it in any way or elude most of it? Or part
Not
of
at
it?
all.
And we have no other option.
Wait. Just to confirm it's like a continuous thing. Goes all the way to the lighthouse.
Yes, so it's the lighthouse is like the tower. There's a tower that's like at least double its height. Just a black tower like coalesced around the lighthouse, and then this entire area up to this like second hill here. So like this area consuming all those buildings is just covered in the sand.
Blake, before we get out of the boat, just scoop up whatever sand you think we need to help Django. And then, do you have something for a fuse? We stick it in there, and then we paddle like L.
Not particularly, but
There was an army base there, right?
Yeah, there's still some tents around like this area.
oh yeah.
It's covered in the
Army
black
tents
sand.
all
There's
through
got to
here.
be army
Let's
stuff.
let's go search around through that. They're bound to have something.
Maybe not all of us, so it seems like a bad idea to go into the sand.
I agree. If we can search for army stuff without going into the sand forest.
Wait, no, I have an idea.
My hand's still
Who
all
looks like the
weird.
best, like the most dressed, but also most
Oh,
poorly dressed
To
person?
answer your
Like
question, Jacqueline,
cheaply
no.
dressed?
Okay.
When did that fix?
Who's the most cheaply dressed person?
Blake.
Maybe me, lost and found from police station. Also,
Oh.
Blake burnt most of his clothes off, so I don't know what he's wearing.
Tracy, your coat.
Yeah?
We light it. It holds the flame. It starts to spread. By then, we are far away from the explosion.
If we can build a fire that'll take and not too quick, then yeah. Maybe it would be better to stay on the island anyway, because then we can try and get over one of these hills.
Tara, could you draw a line where the black sand ends on the island?
Yes.
What we really just need is like
There you go.
a clock, a wire, and a 9-volt, and some steel wool.
We don't have those. We have these.
I
Let's
know.
land. One of us can paddle the boat to the other side. Those of us who get off here. Wait, are the tents outside of the sand then?
Yeah, there's the one.
Oh,
there's
okay.
The building by the dock, and then there's because they wouldn't. There's some
So yeah, we
tents, like,
go
right
around to
next
the other
to
side of the
Yeah.
island and we go check it out.
Yeah. Okay, never mind
So-
then.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go check out the tents.
Yeah. So you start going in the tent, and you smell it before you see it. It smells rank in here, or around the tents, like in this. Ooh, it smells bad.
Cover my mouth. Like, ugh.
Gag.
So, alright, so this area, like right here, is where the majority of the military base, like pseudo military base is. Thank you, James.
You're welcome.
Alright, but yeah, you smell it, just, and HT checks all around.
Okay.
Does being a super heavy smoker help me with this?
Sure, take a +1.
I failed by 3.
Alright,
Failed by 1.
for those of you who failed, your stump is, if you failed, you're just by on the nose or 1 under. You're just at a like minus to all perception rolls. If you rolled under that, if you rolled more than 2 under, you lose your lunch.
Tracy
Blake
just
and
probably,
Tracy.
Probably open a tent, and then the waft hits us, and we all just like.
So you said by 1 you waff? I think Robert is puking then.
No, you are not puking.
No,
Robert. You just have a minus to any perception because you're just overwhelmed by the smell.
Okay. 2 perception.
When Blake
Smells so
finishes
yummy.
retching, he throws a shot of whiskey in and just swishes it and spits.
Yeah, the tent, all the tents, and actually the area around the tents, just covered in blood and pieces of bodies.
Well, seems a bit familiar.
Oh, I rip off like a couple of chunks of the bottom of my shirt and just stuff them up my nose.
I think I'm running away when I realise it's because of rotting bodies.
And it's moisture rotted bodies too.
Yeah.
The best kind.
Well, I am gonna start looking around.
Alright, so if you want to search, do a search at minus 1 if you're looking through here. And then also don't forget, if you failed more, if you failed that health check, it's at a -2.
Yeah, well, before I do that,
Which perception skill, sorry?
You smell and yeah.
the HT for the smell, right?
Yes, you're fine, Michelle. You don't
Okay.
have any minuses.
Really?
You're just, you keep like looking at the body bits and retching up again, even though you can't smell it at this moment. You're just, yeah, because they are not pleasant to look at either. There's like maggots in there and.
Woo!
All right, Michelle, what precisely were you looking for? Igniters?
Fuel. We have lighters. We have lighters. What we need is a fuel to construct a fuse.
Okay, so you
So
have.
frankly, I'd be good with a tent canvas.
You find rope, thin-ish rope, and a thing of gasoline.
Cool. Michelle will grab those and say, I found what we need. Let's head to the sand.
All right, let's do it.
So Michel will lay out as much of the rope as possible and put gasoline around the end of the rope so that he's sure it'll catch.
Okay, so
We
just
should-
the part by the black sand.
On the
But
other side of the
does-
black sand. Not I'm lighting the part away from the black sand, not the part in the black sand.
Yeah,
Does-
no.
does-
So you're putting the gasoline on the edge of the black sand, and then you're going to
But
light
before
it forward.
before we get that far, does
Yes.
somebody want to get a container?
Oh yeah, you can easily. You didn't have to roll to find a bucket or something. Or
Okay.
jars. You just go to the
Like
mesh tent.
like
and
a,
find
one of those
pickle jar.
5-gallon buckets.
Yeah, if there's a mesh tent there, you can find all of the jars and stuff you need there. Just empty out,
Oh.
that box of flour or whatever.
Okay, then. Oh, yeah. I'll go find one of the 5-gallon buckets with the lids.
Yeah.
And go collect a 5-gallon bucket worth of sand.
Cool. You have 5 gallons of sand. It is heavy.
All right. Well, while he's doing that, I'm gonna start carrying that back.
Sounds good. All right, and roll a demolitions check, Michelle. Explosives, whatever that particular one is.
Yeah, I don't have that. I'm gonna quickly check for something I could argue to use instead, but I'm not really seeing anything. No.
All right, so explosives, default then.
IQ -5.
Thank you.
Plus
So this is to get the right time on the timer, right?
Yeah, and actually make it -4 because this isn't a complex explosive. Oh hey!
Oh,
I don't kill us all! Yay!
Good job.
maybe you do, but I was more worried about it not blowing up properly.
Yeah, so you can get you think probably soaking the rope a little bit is better than just pouring the gasoline, and so you get that explosive going.
I find a decent looking place to hide in behind one of these craggy hills, pressed up against the rock where you're not likely to get blasted.
Michel starts the thing after he sees that Blake has grabbed
Before we
some
do
stuff
that,
in the bucket.
though, Blake, when you're you get the stuff in the bucket, and anyone who actually headed up there, so Michelle, you see this too. It is actively growing outwards as eating up the high it's probably 4 o'clock now, p.m. And so it's expanding out, and then the tendrils are creating as it grows out little fractals of trees, and they slowly expand upwards like they're reaching towards the sun.
Fantastic.
And give me perception rolls. You don't have your minus while you're out here.
I think this is it.
By 7 and by
There are
7.
definitely figures wandering around in there.
Oh well,
Like-
sucks for them.
The shadow figures.
More like these things.
Oh,
No.
well, unfortunately, we have not found any humane way of dealing with those things. So,
The people,
I mean, As far as I can tell, they're dead already.
No, um, it is all set up, by the way. So like,
Yeah.
you're just waiting on Michelle to start it. I don't think I can. We have to help them.
How?
I don't know.
Can we
So-
avoid them?
While we do nothing and this grows into a bigger and bigger problem, eventually it's going to hurt a lot more people. Like, we don't know any way to deal with these things.
I am not killing them in there. Just a reminder that he has the whole thing set up. All it needs is a spark.
Yeah, I think Blake just reaches down and flicks the lighter.
A stee, and then Michelle starts running.
Yeah, like Tracy pokes her head out. She's like, "What's taking so long?" And sees Michelle running towards her. I'm like, "Nope, back in the hole."
All right. So Blake and Michelle, and it looks like Robert was there too. Running checks.
Okay.
Ouch.
Don't make it.
Take half of your whatever you failed by in fatigue. Rounded down. Because you don't have to like full on run sprint, but you know. It's
2 FP damage for Blake, 1 FP damage for Robert.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you get around that corner, all bunkered down behind it, start counting. What do you call it? And then nothing happens. Nothing happens past what you counted. And then, like, still nothing happens. Then all of a sudden, just as one of you probably like peeks around the corner for half a second, like, I gotta go, patrol. It is very loud.
Ears would have been covered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely plug in my ears.
Everyone was plugging their ears, but still take an HT check.
Just concussion.
Concussion, just noise.
Bullets.
Anyone who fails
I'm
is
good.
at a HT or is at a hearing -4 for the next few minutes. And everyone, even though you're behind it, like it's like it shakes, shit falls down on you, rocks kind of pelt into you. This is a not pleasant experience. And once the dust settles, you kind of just, some of you are.
Did it work? Did it go off?
Yeah, I'm gonna poke my head around the corner and take a look.
Yeah, there's a little cloud of. It exploded to like here.
Okay.
Like
Maybe we should have gone further away.
you, like basically these hills are like over here now.
Oh,
The hills
so
are
there's
alive.
like
around
there's
this
like
devastation.
debris falling.
Yeah, like shovering, falling over. Just like it went Poosh. And water is rushing into the now crater.
Uh-oh.
I guess there's no more lighthouse.
Problem solved. Problem solved.
Vision checks for those who are looking closely.
I'm having good rolls today.
You are. Right where the lighthouse was, there is a pulsating, what can only be described as a black pulsating rip in reality.
Oh, great. Now you make it all worst.
Stile Kalist Tabanak.
He's Randy. He should be filming this.
Randy right now is staring at a leaning over Nurse's arse and like, thinking, oh God, Randy, yours in heaven. You died and gone to heaven.
And
The building shakes just a touch.
And there are actually chunks of rock getting pulled that had exploded out are getting pulled towards it. And
That ain't
the
good.
water also is getting pulled towards it.
Seems to have a black hole situation.
We're about as heavy as rocks. It's probably gonna get us soon.
Michelle is also going to head down to the water.
Where's the boat? Did we not leave it
You
on
left
the
it.
other
It's
side?
like over. It's like over here somewhere.
Okay.
Okay.
Like right where this path is, pretty much.
Boat.
Although that bolt, it definitely is bobbing because the water's going crazy right now.
Yeah, I bet.
Is the thing getting bigger, smaller?
It's the same size, but things are definitely ripping out of the ground at it.
Well, it can't like drink all the Atlantic Ocean, right?
You don't know.
I won't take the
This is
risk.
clearly some sort of weird, supernatural sort of thing.
Clearly.
Michelle's going to stare at it and try to reach out to it.
All right. Yeah. So you sit down and like close your eye, or you close your eyes and focus for a while. This might take a tick. While he's getting the meditation going, what is all the rest of you doing?
Crying as I look at the boat that sank because a rock fell through the deck.
Actually, that's a good.
Jacqueline's just mesmerized by the whole.
Destroyed boat.
15. That is not good. It is currently on its side.
Well. How good are we at swimming?
I think I just sit down next to Michelle. I don't realise he's meditating. I think he's doing a kind of end of melancholia kind of deal. And I just sit down cross-legged and close my eyes next to him.
Yeah, I think at this point,
Should put my clothes on swimming.
Blake We'll just like sit down
Can't go
against
within there.
something. Oh, I go
Oh,
get
shit.
Django. We go get Django.
Yeah. I don't sit down, I run to the boat.
Swimming. Or no, not swimming. It was kind of beached. So, yeah. Well, like actually, still kind of swimming. Yeah, you go in there. There's one MP holding her. Like and treading water, going kind of towards you guys, and you see another body of the other MP floating in the water with blood gushing from his head.
Shit. We just got an MP killed. Wonderful.
This is near a jetty or something, right? And they can I throw him one of those life ring things?
Yes, you can. And they'll between the two of you, Tracy, you're not much of a help.
I managed to throw it at least.
Yeah, actually, you're pretty helpful. And Blake, give me a strength check.
I am indisposed currently.
Oh, well, I'll give you a strength check. Wow, you two are all but useless, and he'll eventually just paddle over while holding on to it and just like kind of eye you guys like, really? And then swim back out to get his compatriot.
Okay.
And you're Blake. Did you leave the sand on the boat?
I mean,
No, we didn't go to
for-
the boat after going there, so he had the
Yeah.
sand with him.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, for real, I thought we were going to like get on the boat and leave. So, like before we set the thing off. So at this point, I'm kind of just winging it.
Okay. Well, then we'll say you put it down like by the parking area, so it's still there.
Okay.
All right. While they did that, Jacqueline, are you doing anything?
She's just staring off at the black hole tear thing, bit mesmerised by it.
Okay. All right. So Michelle, after a few minutes of sitting down and focusing, you actually think you in your clear mind, you definitely start hearing whispers.
Okay.
Like a crowd of people whispering. You can't quite make out what they're saying.
Michelle will try to mentally move closer to them.
All right. You go in and like as you do that, they hush. Like all of them like stop, and then you hear one voice go, "Another one."
Who are you? He says, while Tracy might still be next to him.
No, Tracy's currently
Ah.
trying to pull in people out of the boat. I do not understand the question, creature.
You are in the shadows. What are you? Were you a person who was turned into something? Are you the shadows?
I do not understand
What were you talking about?
Learning so much. Give me a will roll. Okay. We were speaking of what we are learning.
Are you in the lighthouse?
We are here.
Did something just happen to you? An explosion?
No. But a way opened.
Asti. A way to where?
Here. And there.
Does this way work both ways?
Yes. Another will check. -1 this time.
You have been ruining my life for the past year.
What
You have been coming here.
What is this year you speak of? Whispers happen all around you again.
Michel's gonna open his eyes, stand up, and look around him.
Okay. Connection broken.
Please contact Sir.
Is anyone standing near him?
No. Oh, yeah, Jacqueline. Gawking at the rift.
Hmm.
Do you want to strike back at them? Get revenge?
Me?
Yeah.
Shakes their heads.
No.
There's a way open in there. A way to where they come from.
Oh. How? Where?
In the darkness. And Michel will start walking there.
Okay. By the way, everyone's hearing's back.
She follows Michelle.
Everyone's went back.
Hearing. It's been long enough that you're hearing. The whine is down. That you can hear each other again.
Okay.
Wasn't permanent.
Do I
hearing
manage?
loss.
Do I manage to finish helping that guy get the body or his friend back to shore?
Yeah. Michelle and Jacqueline start wandering off. Tracy, Blake, and Robert.
Turn around like shouting, "Where are you going?"
I'll follow them. Would at the time that they were doing that, would I be able to do something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not sure what I need to roll to try to think or remember for anything useful that we could have discovered along all this trail, and I, as a player, had forgotten.
I guess I'll just be baseline IQ.
Okay. By 3, I believe.
Mm-hmm. You remember guy back in the cabin last year speaking about maybe not a portal or anything, but some of the words he said to you are coming back to you about like the other side and the things like that. Remember Mr. White Shirt generic, you know?
Would I have remember anything about this way that they were trying to make? How to close it? How to do anything about it? Anything?
He never spoke of that because you pretty much, after he was rambling, Blake shot him. You didn't let him monologue.
I do seem to remember Blake saying something like, "What we're at," as opposed to just letting monologue. Sounds really familiar.
I guess Robert's gonna start thinking, wait, the way he was saying something, he was saying, yes, the way it's open, and then Blake shouted, damn you, Blake!
Michelle will shout back to Tracy, who asked where he was going. There's a way to stop them. Invade their world instead of ours. Them invading ours.
What? I turn back and look at the MPs. Give me a gun.
He looks at you like you're crazy.
Give me a gun.
Please, mister, can I have a gun?
12, not 3.
No. There
I just look
were
around.
guns in that camp.
Alright, fuck it. Arm over mouth. Do you want HT again, or...?
Yes, please. Hey!
Woo!
And then a search. -1. Because you're doing this quickly.
Woo!
Hey! Yeah, you find a rifle.
I just pick it up. I don't think I know anything about guns.
Blake!
IQ based, to see if it's loaded. No idea. I take it with me.
They seem to be walking up to the camp and stuff.
Okay, I guess I will follow them.
Alright. So there's stuff getting pulled in there, but one of these towers fell over with the explosion, and it's starting to get like... You start hearing it grinding across the ground, these radio towers, slowly towards this area. And you're up near the edge of the very like new shoreline, the very rocky new shoreline. And yeah, what y'all doing? You definitely are feeling yourself like you're in a really strong windstorm, getting from behind pulled at, or towards the rift, getting pulled at. Enough you can keep yourself on the ground for now, but you feel like if you like jumped for it, it'd probably pull you in.
That is what Michelle will do.
As will Jacqueline. She wants to get on the other side of this.
Robert shifts from side to side. Are you all crazy? Then he just gathers up his courage and follows up through the portal.
I think I would just run up behind with my gun as I see you all jump into the void.
Or slowly start getting pulled in. It's not like a quick pull, it's like a slow, eerie pull.
It's like, oh, Randy's missing out.
Yeah, poor Randy.
I'm sorry, but handmade flamethrowers are not safe.
Jump into the void.
All right, Blake, you're the last one standing there watching all these fools getting sucked towards the thing. You gonna join them?
I think Blake's standing there. He lights up a cigarette, slugs off of his whiskey, and it's at this point like the last of it. So he like takes that, slugs it, tips it up, throws it over his shoulder, takes a drag from the cigarette, flicks it, and jumps in.
A whiskey bottle hits Robert, and a lit cigarette hits Jacqueline.
Well, I think it's like
Jacqueline just
behind
grabs the cigarette, puts it in her mouth.
You're right. It's all getting sucked in.
Yep. All right.
What is this Half-Life shit?
Mm,
Don't make me jump across rocks.
Is my finger about?
What am I missing? I'm missing Michelle. So there's like water and wind just cascading down from that point and kind of just or cascading in all directions as you guys kind of like flump onto this rock. This particular rock is slick with water, so there's a chance you will slip on it.
I'm just squatting.
With your rifle that
May or may not be loaded.
Why don't you get someone to check it?
This ain't time for nerding about.
Tracy, I need you in particular. I need actually everyone to roll a fear check, but Tracy, you get a -2.
There you go. I failed a roll.
And I succeeded with a -2.
I'm sorry, you needed a what check?
Fright check. Straight up. And I think we're just rating on Robert. Fright check, please.
Okay. Ah, here. Well, I cannot find it. Ah, barely.
What is 13? I don't remember.
It's our favorite.
It is our favorite. Is that the quirk?
All
Yeah, the
right.
next one is lose FP and stunning.
You know what? This time, I think
Quirk might fit here though, yeah.
Quirk 100% fits here. Because this is less of a I'm terrified kind of thing, but this is just like you're in what can all intents and purposes be called other dimensional space. Like, I'll let you come up with a quirk and you don't have to do it now, but this is like a awe and shock moment. But yeah, this is like the one time quirk actually makes sense. Alright, and then there is a bunch of chittering, like millions of bugs surrounding you.
Where is it?
Ah!
How do we fight it?
Do you see? Can we see the bugs?
No,
Or just hear them?
just hear them.
Just hear them.
What's that noise? I'm just gonna point the gun in the air and pull the trigger.
You try to pull it, but it doesn't go off.
My gun's broken. Blake, make my gun work.
I take the gun.
You got rifles?
Yeah. No, but I mean, I've got pistols.
Yeah, safety's on.
Oh, good. I will proceed to throw it over my shoulder and
Use it. No, just take it. Kill
Kill what?
what?
faces, you coward! I shout into the void.
What faces?
Face
I
us,
don't know.
cowards.
Oh,
Faces.
face us. Okay.
Faces. What is the unit of power?
Welcome. From all around you.
Ugh.
I want to touch the floor with my hand and see if I can feel anything.
Yeah, you're feeling like you feel high right now, Jacqueline. Like a really good pot high.
Whoa, man.
You ever look at the back of a $20 bill, bro?
Giggly.
Is the other rock less wet?
Yes.
Is it easy to get to, or will I die trying?
You might slip.
I will.
Slippery.
I will not die trying. Well, Michelle, what now? You get French loony?
Oh, also, of note, you all remember Tracy now. Like, all of it.
Tracy.
Holy shit.
I
Tracy?
just stick out my bottom lip with my tongue and go,
You look. What?
You
You're
also remember...
so young.
You also remember Tracy from the past, like, X bit, but yes.
Holy shit, I knew I couldn't have been relying on the clown.
Well, excuse me, that's the best you get after she goes away for a long time. And he just crosses his arms.
Everyone, by the way, roll me a vision checks, please.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Tracy, you wouldn't believe how bad Robert's coffee is.
oh, I believe it.
Holy shit, yeah, you all see this. There is, like, floating around these rocks, an entire, like... Blake, your couch is over there, floating around in space.
Is that my sofa?
Jacqueline, you recognize all of
Randy's shit.
furniture, all of his shit, just floating around.
You see a really filthy bathtub float past.
It's like, ew.
There are bodies of people floating around out here.
Maybe that look like they got exploded.
No, not exploded. Like clinically dissected and are held apart. That are like
Exploded internal views, the visible human.
yeah.
You.
And some of the furniture is actually dissected also. Only way it can be described. Like cut in half cleanly, or you know.
You can see all the layers of farts in Blake's sofa.
Or like, one of the bathtub, for instance, is sliced in thousands of horizontal slices, and they're like slightly spread out from one another.
Damien hadn't done those things yet.
And they're but they're still like cohesive. It's just like someone slightly spreading the pages of a book open. Same with some of the people. Some of them, there's nothing left but, you know, the nervous system.
Tara, I have a quirk thought up.
Okay.
I went for more like it being in this place physically affected him rather than mentally.
That's fine.
Here, his eyes kind of look more like the sky. Like his irises look like the sky back on Earth, and back on Earth they'll look like here.
Okay. I like that. So kind of a 1 point supernatural feature.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I can dig it. Okay.
So is the background here accurate for what it looks like?
Yes. There are some more nebula-y things floating around, but yes.
Freaking Galadriel eyes.
And then the voice will say, "You have returned."
Returned.
Give me back my gun, Blake.
No.
We are here to stop you.
Michelle, your eyes.
What?
I reach into my pocket and hold up a little compact mirror.
God, this.
Stop. We do not understand.
Who is we?
We do not understand the question.
What's not to get? We're here to kick
What
your
was the
asses.
question?
Who's we?
We are.
Go on. Robert kind of like motions his
Yeah.
hand forward.
We
Okay.
are.
So obviously it acknowledges its own existence.
So does a crow.
Comprehend us.
We've been trying.
So this thing just kind of forms.
Wish I had my gun.
Yeah, I'm really glad you don't.
Oh, I pulled the road flare. Ready,
You-
road flare.
You are. So you are in charge here.
We do
I
not
wave
understand.
it.
Show me how to understand.
Would
Actually,
that be enough
Jacqueline,
for
you
Robert?
get it. You
Shit.
just get it.
Okay, yeah.
You are. There is no.
We just are.
There is no individual here. We are.
We are.
What's its size modifier?
I do believe +3. Are you hucking the flare?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw the flare. This is a lot of effort for something that's probably gonna fly straight through it.
Roll
All right.
throwing.
Yeah, it's gonna end up as a DX -1. Oh, almost rolled IQ there.
Hey!
Yes!
Huck. Alright.
Take that!
Not cool, dude.
Leave it to you guys to always have a thing you can talk to and immediately go to set it on fire or shoot it.
Sorry.
No,
Robert starts
That's
getting
bad.
flashbacks again.
that's fine.
I mean, Blake was trying to talk to it.
He was. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's. I'm not gonna roll initiative yet. It kind of, as the flare hits it, there is a bright flash, and then
A blink.
a whomping noise, and everyone can roll dodge if they want. Oh, why isn't the feet? I set the feet or the size correctly. I don't know why Roll20 refuses. You have to change like one thing at a time.
So roll initiative.
No, not initiative. You can roll dodge if you want.
Oh,
Retreat or drop?
Retreat. Or either one.
I'm gonna do a dodge and retreat.
same. Nope.
That just kill everyone. I'm so sorry.
Alright, but it has the modifiers from the edge.
So what happens?
It kind of explodes.
Okay, 12.
Okay, so
explosive
from the
damage.
edge of it,
Okay.
cool.
Yeah. And you can take your step back if you did a retreat.
Minimum 1?
Minimum 1.
Okay, I'm at 0.8, so 1.
And that
Which means that's not
triple knockback.
particularly.
Any damage?
Okay, still not useful for me. It's rolled there, 12. And then with the reduction for explosion distance, of course.
It's gonna be 1 damage for everyone except for Jacqueline, who will take 2.
Okay.
Which actually is a lot worse for her, because that means a wound potential is 0, so she's got a -2 severity, the rest of us have -4 severity. So she's got major wound, we've got minor wound.
So you need to roll HT.
Yeah, she rolls HT for knockdown and stunning. The rest of us just roll HT for pain from this, and then again, all of us who are injured roll
You failed by 5, so you're unconscious, I think.
minus the new severity. So the rest of us roll HT minus -4, so HT plus 4. And that means it doesn't exacerbate our existing wounds. We just suffer a bit of pain.
And with the slippery, wet ground, you all probably fall on your butts.
But yeah, Jacqueline failed a knockdown roll or the stun roll by 5, which I'm pretty sure means knocked out.
I failed by 3. Not sure how that much pain that is.
Failed what by 3?
The HT.
HT roll.
With
And
the
I also
plus
failed
4.
the dodge.
Well, the dodge just got you the extra distance.
Okay.
That just means you're feeling
Super
You
bad?
didn't include the
-2
plus 4.
from a -2 from stuff.
Minus 2 from stuff.
Did he include the +4 in the second one?
He didn't roll a second one.
Oh, another HT? Sorry, I thought it was.
He was already injured, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robert,
The second one I do
Okay,
pass.
and he didn't include the +4 on the second one where we said he hadn't included the +4.
Yes, I was wounded before. I was at 13 out of 15. So that would have
What do you
-4
mean? You're at 13 out of 15.
HP. You were asking me if I was wounded, right? Or do you mean like a minor lesion? Lesion. Sorry, can't remember how to pronounce that.
Well, anyway, you don't get the. It doesn't stack up on top of the other one. That's the second roll, right?
Yep.
Okay, so it doesn't stack up, but you're still at that minus. All right. So the chattering starts up again. The bug. Oh, and does Jacqueline pass out with that roll?
I never checked, but I'm pretty sure.
Jared, you got it open.
That's just like basic set 2 stuff.
You know what? For the story's sake, I'm gonna say not. I don't want to take her out of this. But you got a
Okay.
ringing headache.
No.
Your bell got rung hard.
Get some paracetamol.
But the clicking is going. The clicking noises have started back up. The insect noises.
Thank you, Tracy. Thank you. We really needed that. Thank you.
I would have shot it if I had a gun.
Yes, and that statement makes me feel as though I've made the correct choice in taking said gun.
Michelle said we were coming here to fight it. Definitely seemed to piss it off.
A radio tower comes through the hole and starts floating off.
Like the whole fucking tower?
Yeah.
Shit.
How do we avoid it?
No, it's floating in a different direction.
Oh, okay.
So it seems like half of the stuff in here is getting. So okay, as the stuff flows through the portal, it doesn't make sense because you guys feel Earth gravity pulling you down onto this rock, even though it's tiny and you're in the void. Other things are floating up. Some of the water is coming off in giant bubble chunks, while other of it's coming down on top, of the rock. While it's just the radio tower, for instance, is going like up. And you're breathing somehow.
We are.
All
right.
Mean lady, explain yourself.
Just we are. Nothing else to it.
We are what? Like it's just it exists.
Yeah, we are.
It's not that it exists. It
Well,
is
yeah.
this. It is this space.
Great. So we've got to kill the whole space. So theoretically, Tracy throwing the flare at the one thing has done nothing except piss us off, and we're inside of it.
I give Blake the finger.
Is there a way to end it?
So-
I asked
Michelle,
Jacqueline.
Sorry. Oh wait. What'd you say, Robert?
Well, they just keep saying they just is, they just are. Is there a way to make them not? Is there a way to end it? He has Jacqueline, who seems to be more in contact with the entity.
I don't know. It's just a feeling. It's just we are. It's good. It's nice.
So Michelle, we all came in here because you said we could fight it in here. Any elucidation on what that might have meant?
No.
Okay. I'm really glad we've come on this adventure.
How many? Please tell me there's at least 5 bullets in that gun.
At this point, I guess Robert's gonna pull out his gun. He doesn't see any other way out of this.
You only need 4.
You only need 1.
Michelle's
if you're
gonna grab
standing
his
in a line.
flashlight while everyone grabs stuff.
Okay.
Oh god, no. I'm happy. It feels good.
I just light up a cigarette. Like,
You got another one of them spare, Blake? I'm sorry I threw the road flare at the thing.
here.
Thanks.
The chittering ends, and then you hear a voice that says, again, interesting.
Yeah, that's definitely a word for it.
Hey, Blake, actually, give me an IQ check now that I'm thinking about it.
IQ check.
Yeah. You've been here before for half a second, or at least seen it.
Oh, when you were murdering people.
When you looked through the telescope.
Okay. Oh. Oh, you guys had like inhabited the telescope thing, right?
We were seen.
Well, you definitely were that.
You basically also, guys, you can give me any perception type you want, if you want to. What was that, Blake?
General.
Actually, Robert, you'll make that because you did smell taste.
Oh, what do I find out?
Yes, sniffing. And the portal above you has that weird stank the sand has.
Guess Robert is gonna lift his head, look at the portal, and say, "Ugh, that thing smells the same as this black sand in the observatory."
Yeah, the black sand was like the portal to get between dimensions or whatever.
Wait, wouldn't that make it combustible?
Use the flare gun.
Yep, but like on. So we're resigned. This is it.
Do you see any other way out, Blake?
Wait, it's the sand?
Apparently. And he points
Michelle will
at
flip his light on.
When you point the light at the at this side of the portal thing, Rip, it definitely Aurora's.
Pretty.
So what can we do if we can control this? Michelle's gonna try and pull the sand somewhere.
It's not pulling. It seems to be glued to that spot, but it is as you. So the weird thing is the light from the stars on this side isn't making it lumen. Like do its aurora thing, but your light is. It's not pulling towards you. It seems to be more interested in the edge of this tear. So it's not moving. But
He'll point it elsewhere to see if it follows.
it does not. There's another shudder as like a piece of a building rolls through. Or actually not a piece of a building, you see a military tent roll through.
Check it for guns.
Well, I mean, whatever it is, we need to close this door.
Might clean Victoria up a bit. But
Was it clean if it's just gone, or?
yeah, not really. I still say flare it at this point if it kills us.
Yeah, I'll pull out the flare gun, I guess, at this point and
It is
look
like
at the rest of the party.
it's a 20 meter, or actually like a 40 meter up, by the way.
If we start walking along the rock, like, is it gravity towards the inside of the sphere?
I don't know. Tracy tried walking on towards the edge, and she was asking if she could jump, but no one else has tried anything else.
You know what? I'm gonna like grab a pebble and like drop it on the side of the rock.
So you're just dropping it, or hucking it, or what are you doing?
I mean, I'm just gonna like kind of reach out and just drop it down.
Yeah, it falls sideways on back onto the rock.
All right, I am gonna walk around the rock.
Yeah, you're now standing sideways on the rock.
As you go over the edge, I'm like, Blake! Wait, what?
Yeah, I'll just like circumnavigate the rock real quick and.
Just walk around it.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, just make sure there's not anything we haven't. Like, I
Gone
feel like
through to
shooting
go to
that thing
toilet
with
on
the
the
flare is going to be a rather decisive action. So.
You actually, when you walk around it, you see a piece like this corner here has like on the other side has charred or it has like grass and a chunk of the lighthouse like wall. So the other side is
Like a
grass
high
and
enough chunk of the lighthouse wall that we could climb up it and.
maybe it's maybe like 10 meters.
Oh, but we need to get like 40 meters.
If you want to climb up, yes.
What happens if I just throw like another rock like up?
Up? Which
Like
direction up?
like wherever I'm standing right now, just up.
It'll so if you toss it up like from the bottom, it'll come back down. Yeah.
No, I mean like okay, so I am standing vertical on gravity and I just up.
It goes back towards the center of the rock.
Okay. So I couldn't just like jump and then float away.
No.
What happens if I throw it?
Which direction? Where are you throwing it?
Again, just straight up.
It'll go for a little bit and then hang longer than it should, and then come back down.
Okay, so how high did I manage to like throw it?
Hey, give me a throwing roll. Or strength. Doesn't matter. Strength. Just give me strength. You make it a decent distance. Like, it goes. So, you're not. You tried baseball or, a sport in the past and you were never good at it, like in high school.
Yeah.
And you definitely threw it further than you normally could. You normally did. Like,
Okay, that doesn't really help me. Did I throw it above the wall?
slightly.
Okay.
What are you trying to do?
I don't know. I'm just trying to see if there's like a point of escape. Like maybe if we climb the wall and jumped towards the black hole, maybe we could.
Michelle will try a throw over the wall.
Okay, yeah, Michelle, it definitely goes over the wall on the other side of it, and you way higher than you normally could in real life, and it hangs up at the top for way longer than it should. Like the arc, it hovers almost for a few seconds in the top of that arc. For like a second and a half longer than it should, and then it comes back down.
Michelle has no idea what to do now.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if we could climb the wall and get it facing the hole, we could jump back to the hole.
We came in to fight it. I'm not just leaving.
I
What-
want to try and jump onto this other rock.
Alright, yeah, you jump across, and once you get closer to that other side of it, your gravity just completely changes, and you fall onto this other rock.
Whoop. Whoa. And then I want to walk around it.
Alright. On that other rock is a little bit of a hill. So you're definitely on the side that's shown here is definitely the side that was the bottom of these chunks, and the other side is like, Jacqueline, you got some fence in there.
Okay.
Fence
Oh,
is
this
sort of
is the
around.
island. This is the chunks of I just figured out what these were. Oh my god, the lighthouse. Is the lighthouse on
Yeah, like I said,
maybe this rock?
there's a piece of the lighthouse here.
Okay, what if I go to this rock?
If you look over on that one, there is like a segment. So okay, this rock, when you look over at it on closer inspection, is weird, because this one here on the other side of it has, a bit of the wall of the lighthouse, like right here, but then also like half the spiral staircase going up, and then it repeats up again, and it repeats up again. So it's like the spiral staircase goes like maybe 20 meters up, but it's only half of it, and it's like where the edge of this doesn't exist anymore. Does that make sense?
Kinda, yeah.
So it should
I
not be
see where you're
standing, it should be
thinking.
tumbling down. Because there's nothing supporting a lot of those rungs on that staircase.
If you mine away half your staircase in Minecraft.
Exactly like that. And then it gets thinner and thinner, so it looks like the chunk that it got cut off at an angle. So, but the spiral staircase goes about 20 meters up.
Should go climb that staircase.
Yeah, I guess.
You're all starting to feel a bit weird in here, by the way, too.
Jacqueline's off her tits.
Like, weird as in, you're starting to question how long you've been here.
Well, it's time.
That no matter.
Can I jump from here to there? To
Yeah.
that other rock? Okay.
Especially if you come at it with a running jump, and then your gut gets, your center mass gets pulled towards the other rock as you get closer to that one.
Yeah, and then I want to go climb this staircase.
Okay, it's a pain in the ass. Give me a dex check. Unless you got climbing.
No.
So, make a straight up dex. I'll modify it in my head. you get about to the second one, and then you just keep trying to grab onto it, but you just you're not able to do that pull up.
My weak, skinny arms.
Your legs are kicking. You're like.
Come on, child.
Should we help her? Robert, you're a clown. Go climb
Go
that
climb.
thing.
Sure.
I love how you're asking the parkour guy to climb up it.
Oh, right.
I don't have climb though. So, what do I have to roll?
Yeah, we that's a good point. We got a gymnast.
Michelle's gonna actually just standing in place, close his eyes, and try to meditate again.
Okay.
Could have been doing this for a while, bro.
Yeah.
Trying to feel the void.
All right. Make a will check for me.
Hashtag
meditation.
millennials. Make a what, sorry?
Will check, please. All right. Roll 1d minus 1. Add that to your corruption. But you are in there. You're feeling this void. You're back. Like, it's way easier to connect this time. It only takes seconds once you start, like, your meditation.
Okay, he's gonna try to ignore all of the stuff from Earth here.
Okay.
Specifically trying to also then ignore gravity.
Okay, so before you try to ignore gravity and all that, let me describe what you're reaching out into feeling this place.
Yeah, just
So,
this place. Nothing from our world.
So you feel like a part of this place, like just there is no you anymore. And you are watching the foreign things. And you have all the tools at your disposal to move and adjust and examine, or not move, examine these foreign things that are in here.
Sure, he's gonna look at the one with the weird eyes.
Okay, you're looking at the one with the weird eyes. What do you want to do to it?
First, examine it more closely.
How are you thinking about that?
Like,
Examine closely.
its essence.
Its essence. Okay.
Its otherness.
Okay. So, cool. You feel, Michelle, like something's ripping at your insides.
Oof.
And take 1d6 damage. -2. Alright, 1 damage. Internal.
Ow. Doesn't worsen his biggest amount of wounds, though.
But that pulls you the hell out of your meditation. As you realize, yeah, it pulls you out, but now that you're outside of your that meditation, and you felt when you wanted to observe its otherness, you give me an intelligence roll. On the nose, you realize that the way you were thinking, its essence, you literally started to tear yourself open to examine it. Luckily, you stopped before you could actually, disintegrate yourself and cut yourself into tiny pieces to examine the core of it. But you could have moved or cut up or tried to splice together anything in here in a way.
Michel looks kind of out of it as he suddenly starts moving again when everyone's looking back at him.
Yeah.
Because they probably called his name a couple times.
I'm gonna let them do their trying to climb thing for a minute while you were doing the meditation. So, other gang on the other island.
I think we already been trying to climb.
Where people can roll climbing rolls.
I already had a successful one.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you're at the top of that staircase, spiral staircase, and you feel about 50 pounds lighter up here.
Failed again.
What happens if I chuck something from here?
It goes really high up, like 30 meters. So way further than you could ever throw, hovers there for a long time, then eventually comes back down. Like, we're talking like 45 seconds in total.
Okay. Well, still doesn't help us get all the way up. I'm about with Tracy. I'm just gonna shoot that fucking thing.
At this point, Michelle, you're caught up, because they are all climbing.
What?
You okay, Michelle? You were out of it again.
Jacqueline!
That's got to be a fall by now,
Yeah,
surely.
she fell down. Like, you're back at the ground level.
I was here.
No,
I was this place.
What?
Reach out to it.
I held my arm out.
Woo.
Okay, Jacqueline's finally climbing up the get up the thing. Your next Blake.
Whew.
Pull a cigarette out your back.
Are these things at all rotating, or are they just static?
They're very static, weirdly static.
Okay. So this tower, it didn't actually get me closer to the portal either. It's just kind of like now I'm standing out about here.
You'd be further away, surely, because
You're much further away, but your information it's kind of pointing downwards. But yeah, you're out
Okay.
there, but up on this like little tiny platform at the top. You did hear weirdly clearly that Michelle said, "I reach out to it. I was it."
Okay.
Here,
Can you
he said. I was here.
care to shed any additional light?
Open yourself to it. And then that's what Michelle will do.
All right, I have another meditation. Oh, you actually make it. You have a bonus.
The hell does that mean?
Oh wow, that was a hell of a failure. Add 1d6 plus whatever your failure ratio is there for corruption.
Okay, and does Michelle become this
Yeah.
place again?
You're back in there.
Okay. Can he try to move the other things that seem to be climbing towards the exit?
Which one are you grabbing? You also have
The larger one.
not just the the larger one. So yeah, I know you're pointing at Blake, but the larger one is this.
Is there any way to distinguish between biological and non-biological?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the larger biological one.
Okay. Blake.
Hey, give me just a second. I'll be right back.
What are you doing with it?
Moving it towards the portal thing.
Okay. So you grab Blake, who just stepped out of the apartment. You know what? Let's take a quick break. We've been going for a bit.
Right.
Yeah, so we'll be back in a couple minutes. And we are back. All right. So, Blake, all of the sudden, you feel like a tug at your center, and then just start getting pulled towards the void, or the rift.
Huh.
Blake!
What the hell?
Slow enough that Tracy could grab onto him.
I'll jump and grab his ankle, yeah, probably. Why not?
All right. And at this point, Michelle, roll a will check, please. Okay. So you're doing it, but you're having a harder and harder time as he gets closer and closer. until Blake is like right up next to the edge of the rift, and you're just actually just can't get him over that final threshold. It feels like something's fighting you.
Can I like reach up and grab it?
You can stick your hand. You can reach out, yeah. As you kind of put your hand up towards it, it feels weird, and it feels like your hand is getting pulled in half. Doesn't feel good.
I pull out my road flare
Most effective method.
You pull out a road flare.
and I look at everybody and like, anybody else?
You want my road flare too?
Well, I haven't lit it yet. I'm just like,
There's a Tracy hanging onto your leg.
Tracy, what do you think?
I just sigh. Sigh, says Tracy.
Blake, if anything goes wrong, it was not so bad working with you.
Sure thing, buddy.
There has been no greater praise. Wasn't so bad.
Alright.
You lighting it?
Anybody else have a comment?
Can
Look at this.
Michelle hear him?
The thing is talking. You can understand the words.
Michelle will try to say, "Do it."
Great.
There is a whisper in your ear. Like one of the chittering bugs, instead of chittering at you, is whispering, "Do it," in your ear.
Alright. So I put a cigarette in my lip. I hit the flare. I use it to light the cigarette. And I stick the flare into the, like, black stuff lining.
Stick it into the stinky rift.
Alright, so instead of exploding like you were expecting, it like catches on fire and collapses in on itself. And there's a suction of like, you get pulled for half a second, but then whatever's holding you is holding you still at that point, and it's like you're getting torn in two different directions. You don't take any damage, but it feels very uncomfortable on all your other wounds.
My wounds!
Just keep smoking that cigarette.
And then it closes up.
Alright.
Which
Well,
side are
that
we on?
happened.
You're on this side.
Which side are we on? We saved Victoria.
Michelle will lower Blake down.
We're falling.
Slowly.
Very slowly and gently.
Where are you putting him?
Next to the guy with the weird eyes.
Okay. Jacqueline, you finally made it to the top, and they're floating down onto the other rock.
It's like fine. Too old for this shit.
So climb back down and go. Actually, you could probably jump over there.
Yeah, that's what I thought I'd do.
It's really a slow jump, and then it speeds up, and then speeds up, and you probably biff it when it lands, but you're on the rock now.
Alright, well. It's closed, but we're on the wrong side. I have a thought about this.
I honestly thought we were all dead by now.
The shadow things used the black sand to hitchhike back. Maybe we can do that from here. like
Put it in a
ourselves.
circle.
Do we have some here? What do you mean the stuff in the bucket back on the island?
I mean, we know that there is some stuff on that side.
It is worth a shot if we knew how shadows.
I mean,
Hey, Jacqueline, give me an IQ check. Occultism in particular. So give me an occultism check. +2.
By 6. Wait, no, that's Blake.
That's Blake. This is a specific for Jacqueline. Sorry, Blake.
oh,
Actually, no, you can roll 2. You got it by 4?
yeah.
Okay. And Jacqueline got it. Okay. By cool. Okay. So Blake,
By cool.
you that I think was your occultism. There was the realization a little that you could go through the sand, and you just need to. And no one's ever been on this side, so it's gonna be hard for you to be able to figure that out. But the hitchhikers do come over when it expands and grows. In particular.
Oh, so it would be expanding and growing probably into that club.
Jacqueline, there's an entire house where the insides have been consumed by gooey sand.
Okay.
Right.
That's growing. And there's something inside you that feels that growing.
Is there something inside her in her hand?
No. It's inside her, but there's a thing that feels
Phrasing?
growing.
Okay.
So my last comment again.
Phrasing?
Phrasing?
Yeah.
Shrug.
And you think maybe you could make it to the other side. That said, Blake, did you share that information with everyone that I gave you, by the way?
Yes.
No, I'm just
Okay.
feeling that I've.
You don't have stuff like
And Jacqueline,
Okay.
so he says that, and you think maybe you could get you, but it could do some doing, but maybe get everyone else with you? You have to come up with a plan.
Okay. Alright, so I say to the others, I think there might be a way, but I've got no idea how.
You have an
What do
instinct.
you-
Okay, the best explanation, Jack Mothman, just so we're not, is that there's an instinctual level happening with you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like you feel like if you wanted to right now, you personally could just like take a step and piggyback onto the other side.
It's kind of like geese knowing the magnetic lines of the earth.
Yeah, exactly. So you
Okay.
could do it yourself if you wanted just to drop these guys.
Do it.
Yeah, I think like she just because she's feeling the instinct, she'd just walk and like do whatever the
But that said,
instinct's
you
telling
still
her
have a
to do.
consciousness. It's not that you feel the need to do it. You feel you know you could do it. Is that that's the best explanation I can give? Yes, buddy. Hi.
Like how you can walk forwards, you can walk backwards, you can walk to the side, you can walk into the house.
Yes, exactly. But you don't know quite yet if you could bring these guys with you. But you know, these are some smart people.
Well, I mean,
Jacqueline don't really
theoretically,
care
if
about other people, so I think she'd just go ahead and
Just peace out.
do it.
Step through.
Yeah. Just wait a minute, I want to try something.
What does Michelle see?
Well, that said, give me a second, Jacqueline. You just peace out and step through.
Yeah.
Okay, Michelle, you're pissed. All of a sudden.
Okay.
A
Is it directed at something?
A piece of you decided to leave of its own volition, which shouldn't be possible. And all the rest of you, Jacqueline's just gone.
Okay, I'll try to grab the thing that's leaving. Can I hold open what it's doing to try to pull it back in?
Give me a will check. On the nose. You can't hold it back in, but you can feel the direction it went. The rest of you, while Michelle's doing that, you hear the crickets or the bugs pick up in noise. It's getting louder and louder, and one of the pieces over here, just like a refrigerator that was floating around here, just like crumbles in on itself. And it's picking up in volume, picking up in volume.
So was Michelle able to hold it open?
Yes, it's open. You're holding it. No, and you can't see anything that's being held open, but Michelle, you feel that it's open.
I walk towards where Jacqueline was.
Okay. By the way, your danger sense is on high alert, Tracy. Something's wrong. Something's coming to get you.
Like, something bad's about to happen.
Bring her back, Michelle will try to say, and then he'll shove the four entities through.
Alright, one more will check. On the nose again. Alright. This, Blake, you spot it. The thing, the entity, the coalesced one, is pulling towards you again. Is reaching out for you. Its arm is stretching.
Well, I guess this is the end then.
And do they hear an angry shout from it?
It definitely says, bring her back. Or bring her back, and then you all, you said just the three, Michelle, or the other one too?
The four entities.
The four entities. And you all feel like you're getting pulled from every angle, and just at once. there's a flashing sensation and a pulling sensation. It's like you're getting squeezed and pulled on every atom of your being. So there's two rolls I need you each to make. A health check and then a will check. And then depending on what you make on those. We'll start with Michelle. Health. And then will. Cool. Okay, so you don't need to make another roll. Then we'll do Blake. Give me health and then will. Damn, guys. Robert.
That's Will. Okay.
Health, then will.
Okay. Nope.
Give me will check.
Yes.
Okay, and then Tracy.
I pressed it. Sorry, my laptop's like having a right fit at minute.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just waiting on that will.
Should be inbound.
It's coming sometime.
Woo!
Okay. So, Robert, roll 1d6 plus 4, please.
1d6 plus 4.
Yes.
8.
Ouch.
Corruption?
No, that's damage.
Okay.
8 penetrating damage. 3 minus 4. -1. Severity. Roll HT twice.
Okay. That's 1.
Okay, again.
I fail.
Okay, we've generally been doing pain first, so the second one would be knockdown and stunning.
So I'm
Wait,
unconscious.
stunned?
Yeah, you're going to be stunned for a while.
Okay.
Not
do-
unconscious, you didn't fail too badly. And
Yep.
roll HT again at wait, no, because this is a new wound, yeah.
Okay.
Just note that you have a -1 severity wound.
-1 severity wound. Do I lose any HP or fatigue?
You don't lose any fatigue, but because wounds are different in this universe, remember?
Oh, sorry. Do I lose any HP or fatigue? I meant.
Have you noticed what we've been doing for damage
Oh.
in this game?
That's what the damage was. The negative 1 severity wound. That was
Okay, I wasn't sure if when you take enough severity wounds, you start taking HP damage. It's the first time for me, sorry,
Yeah, it's fine.
for doing this sort of damage.
Yeah, your insides feel like they got torn up and got maybe put in the wrong places, but okay. So, I'm moving you guys somewhere. All right, Jacqueline,
You
you
know,
have
for
to
that
roll.
party.
So you step through and you were fine, and then these guys come through. It felt like hell. Who am I missing? Michelle, there he is.
What happens to Michel
You gotta go
Like-
back, bitch!
as he goes through?
Oh yeah, you're make one more will check for me.
Michelle's a vegetable
Minus
now.
3, please.
You left your brain in the
Oh,
void.
I made it. I was rolling when you said -3. I made it on the dot.
That's fine. Yeah. You have the presence of mind and willpower to turn off that connection before your mind gets torn into tiny itty bitty bits. You are all like pull yourself out of gooey black red sand, illuminating red sand, and everyone but Tracy is like hacking the shit out of your lungs, throwing it up out of your stomachs.
Do you mean everyone but Jacqueline?
Jacqueline, that's what I meant.
Jacqueline's just smirking. Like, what's wrong with you all?
Robert, in particular, does not look good.
But
So you've been here before to Django's house, but it is a horror show in here. Because, usually the sand is okay, but this is, like, gooey and kind of, wet. It's wet.
I vomit my way to the door.
Did all this sand come out of that man?
You don't know.
This is an awful lot for one man.
Blake?
Yes.
Or actually, anyone, what are y'all doing now at this point? Tracy
Vomiting my way out
went
the
to the door.
Yeah, I
door.
am similarly doing what Tracy did. Fuck out of here.
I want a phone. I need to ring Randy. I need to phone the hospital and get in touch with Randy. Berate him for not being there.
There's no phone. There's only sand.
I will
Robert,
at
I
least
hate
put-
sand.
you can get out of there, but it's unpleasant walk. Again, feels like someone tore out your intestines.
I'm trying
It's
to then
slimy and
to.
it's a raw.
Guess I'm gonna.
Was that
try-
ever?
I'm just gonna try and stumble my way outside and probably draw out once we get out of the house.
Tracy, Michelle's eyes look different again.
Look back again. I'm just like, Michelle, your eyes again.
I have another
They look
question.
like the place.
They like that place. I hold the mirror back up.
Tara, I have a question.
Yes.
Do we still remember Tracy
Yes.
and everything that happened? So now I know that my couch is missing?
Yes.
Okay. Was there any other big information that I just remembered?
You
Like all the
now remember all the faces and files, pictures from the files you read. You know how many doctors were in that movie that you saw in the lighthouse on the first day of this shenanigans.
Okay.
You remember everything that the shadows took.
Those doctors. Anything that I read, make any sense now?
So, yes, and I will get into that in a minute. Let's deal with the situation at hand first, and then we'll get into your recollection check in the post-mortem.
Okay.
So,
Post-mortem?
not mortem, but post-game.
Oh. Okay.
Or once this current situation, because you just escaped into a house full of sand, and there was a creature from the void reaching out, chasing after you.
Yes. And we're running.
And you're running.
Is the army outside this place?
No, the house looks completely fine on the outside. Looks like she's just got her curtains up.
So, should we all run outside and then lob a flare gun into it?
I think maybe leave Jacqueline in there, honestly.
I've come out.
Damn.
She says that, and Jacqueline's
Run.
behind you.
Run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
You feel
Jacqueline
the
doesn't
ground
run.
starts shaking.
Jacqueline just walks away.
I throw a brick through this window and I'm like, shoot the flare in there, Blake.
how close is this house to other houses? Like, how many random innocent people are we about to kill?
Fuck, how many?
Surely
on.
Tracy.
There
Surely
are
Tracy.
nearby, you know what, this decent sized yard, so 3 nearby, ish.
Go to those houses. Get people out.
I roll my eyes and run to the closest neighbour's door and start banging on it.
Okay. Anyone else following Tracy's lead at the other house?
Michelle will go to another.
Okay. Michelle, I'm going to say you're going to the neighbor from behind's house because you have the most
Cool.
parkour-y stuff.
Jacqueline will go to a house.
Okay.
I'm just like screaming, "Wake up!" Wait, what time is it even?
There's an
How long will we
explosion
in?
off in the distance.
Are we too
It's
late?
been negative time. Or no, it's just how long it's taken. It's been 0 time.
No, actually, Tracy, you turn around and you realize you're looking at the direction the explosion came from. That direction is where the island would be.
Which island?
The
The
one with the lighthouse.
lighthouse. Isn't it?
Yeah, okay.
Get out! There's gonna be an explosion! Quick! I'm screaming at the door. I'm bashing on.
There's
Wake up, wake up,
a
wake up.
guy. It's like 4. Everyone, people are awake. All right, Tracy. Guy opens the door, kind of, and you hear kids yelling in the background. How are you gonna try to get this guy out? Like, can
I'm
I
just
help you,
gonna-
little girl?
That house next door is gonna blow up, and you've got to get all your family out right now.
What do you got?
Fast talk. Methinks.
Fast talk. That'll work.
Although I'm better at acting, but I don't feel like I really need to act to
You don't need to act. This is definitely a fast talk moment.
convey the seriousness of the situation. I rolled.
It's thinking about it. Roll 20. Slate
Yes.
pondering.
Then Blake is gonna go like get ready and start aiming. Like, I don't want to miss.
All right. Yeah, you can take maximum aiming bonus with how long this is taking.
I'm gonna try.
Also, can I find like a place where I can shoot from cover so I can at least, avoid the worst of potential?
Yeah.
I got a success by 2.
All right.
It
So
finally appeared.
Tracy comes to a thought. All you say is gas leak, fire, a propane tank.
Propane! Propane!
And pointing at the house next door, and the guy's eyes go wide, and then shouts at his family, and they all start like bailing. All right, Michelle next. House from
Hello, wake up, wake up, wake up.
We're not awake.
Knock, knock, knock,
We're
bang.
not the guy, a older gentleman and older lady look at you and go.
They see Michelle's eyes.
Yeah, they kind of go, whoa, and what's happening?
The house next door is going to explode. Get out, run.
Like a fast talk or something like that.
Rush the street.
Oh my! Oh, and they'll like old people hustle out of the house. And Jacqueline, unless Robert, were you heading with Jacqueline? Did I hear you say, or did I just misremember that?
I would have gone to another house. Not sure if I get a minus from the pain.
No, it's just a pain in the ass to. Oh, yeah, you technically would. But okay, we'll do Jacqueline and then Robert. You're doing the house across the street. It's not 100% necessary. You don't think it's necessary, but probably a good idea.
Okay, I'll go now and just continue on with the charade of there seems to be some gas leak. You need to get out. Everybody's evacuating this area, and he just points out to everybody, just knocking on doors and having everybody leave.
Okay. All right, and then Jacqueline.
So Jacqueline knocks on the door and she's like, hello.
There's a bunch, like a group of like best described as burnout commune house.
Okay. It's like, can I use your phone, please?
Like, there's a payphone down the street, man.
Okay, but you might want to leave. There's a gas explosion about to happen.
Roll
But-
fast talk or something. Acting.
There's a
But-
gas explosion about to happen.
Wait,
Can I
they're
use your phone?
high.
There's a
Wouldn't
gas
they believe no
explosion
matter
about
what?
to
You
happen.
still roll it. Give me a fast talk or acting or something like that. Okay, yeah. Even though you're kind of in a weird headspace, you're kind of coming down off your high, Jacqueline, now that you're not in there. And they're like, "Whoa, man, really?" And he looks over and starts seeing other people fleeing. He's like, "Holy shit, man, guys, you gotta go!" Alright, and then they start bailing out of the house. Blake?
Can I just go into the house to look for a phone?
Yes, you can.
Seeing as they've all.
Okay, Blake, you see all the people start to leave. As they're starting to leave, the house, the ground around you is shaking more. And the windows are all starting to break out, and you hear a chittering from inside the house.
All right. Well,
Shoot her!
yeah. At this point, pew.
Make
Pew,
your
pew.
flare gun attack.
Yeah. So I have been looking for a flare gun. I cannot seem to find one.
Well, I'm
What
sure it's
You
good
default
as
to pistol?
No, I mean I know pistol, but what are we thinking? The accuracy, one accuracy on it.
Probably.
Okay, so that's what, a total of a +2, and then at this point I'm braced. Bracing is
I
a
don't think that won't add because your max bonuses are still only
okay.
double accuracy.
All right, and then I mean I'm shooting at
But
the
I'm
side
sure
of
you
a
can open the
house.
Yeah, you're going through. When you can go through the dining room window. That's your biggest shot. So I'm gonna say that is a +2.
All right, and how far am I?
How far do you want to be?
Where did I find cover?
There is a heavy automobile, or you could do behind which is closer, a heavy automobile, like 1950s auto, so all metal, or across the street, which is further away, there is a pretty hefty fence.
I like the steel automobile.
Okay, so that's about what's the usual space between a yard and like a front porch, like 10 meters ish.
Well, and you said it was a
Ish.
big one.
Yeah, 10 meters. We'll say 15 meters.
All right. So I'm just gonna roll the Python since it's there. -4. So +2. -2. And I'm sorry, what was the size modifier?
+2.
+2. So straight up. God damn it, wrong window. I don't want to click the goddamn token.
Ho!
Oh, there's a thing in the combat tab. You have a couple buttons. It says select or target. You have to unclick them both, so they're not green.
Oh. Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so that it trails in as you're aiming and getting ready, you see like tendrils starting to like pour out of the house, and there's crackling, and you think you see that thing's horrible glowing face like looking through there, and you pull the trigger, and the flare coasts in, and for a second there's nothing. There's like a beat of like, huh? and then boom.
Django is gonna be so pissed.
Okay, so let's roll some damage. Wow. That was really low. Wow. That was incredibly low for 5d6. Minus,
That's pretty
Average.
average looking.
Yeah.
Above
Better
average.
than average.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, it's a fireball, so you have some shrapnel. You have house flying at you.
You'd probably want to do something more like 6d
Yeah.
times 6.
Could someone look up explosives for me real quick, Dynamite? Oh, it's on the sheets now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
do it off of Django.
Sir House.
I forgot that that's a thing you can do now. It's ranged, correct? Or is it just damage?
Tools.
Tool.
Tools, and then how big? You have to choose the how big one to put how many pounds of stuff
Yep.
there is.
Or you can just change how much you want to times 66 by to find out how many pounds you'd need. That's more like it.
Boom.
We all wake up in the hospital.
Yeah.
Blake, if he's not protected, how he's what 10 meters away or further?
15 behind heavy cover.
3 damage before cover. Whatever you want to do with cover.
Yeah, I'm gonna say what happens is instead of taking shrapnel damage, Blake, you take crushing damage as the car plows into your chest.
Car rolls over onto you.
Doesn't roll over onto you, but it pushes. And for half of
I just get thumped by the truck.
a terrifying second where it goes up on 2 tires and waits there and is deciding if it's going to fall on you or fall back down on its tires. And then eventually decides to fall back down on its tires. But you definitely got whacked by it, the auto. And it's to the ribs again. So that stacks on your previous wound.
I think it were either -2 or -3 that he had.
Okay, yeah, it'd be the -2 then.
Okay, this is what 3 damage. So 3 is pinching is 1 -3. So roll HT plus 2 to see if it worsens your wound by 1. It doesn't. You suffer minor wound, moderate pain, shock of -3 for a little while, but not super bad because you still have a worse wound. You're not dying from 1,000 cuts.
But I'm not looking too hot.
Jacqueline, you are also
Big
close.
scars.
You're taking collapsing house on you. So you're going to be taking 4 damage because you decided to make a phone call.
At least she's on the phone to the hospital when this happened.
Who were you calling, Jacqueline?
I was phoning the hospital to get in touch with Randy.
Okay. So you're calling. You didn't know actually the number for the hospital, so you probably, in your state of mind, did you call the emergency line or did you?
Yeah, I
call
assume that I would have just phoned the emergency services.
Okay, so you get, and they're like, "Is it 911 in Canada? I can't remember."
Yep.
911 emergency responses. How can I help you?
I need to speak to Randy.
And then boom.
How much damage?
4 damage on the collapsing stuff on her.
-2 wound severity, so major wounds, so HT for knockback and stuff. But I think she's had worse, right?
Yeah, or equally bad.
Okay. Roll
Roll
HT
twice.
plus 2. HT plus 2 to see if it gets worse. HT for pain. HT for knockdown. Stunning.
Don't get worse. You might get knocked down and stunned, but that's only for a Mo normally.
He's really good.
Yeah. Straight up.
Fuck's sake.
Closed roll 20.
While she's rolling that, Blake, you're down on the ground staring at the sky, looking miserable. Now is your moment for a one-liner, if there was ever one.
It just farts.
Yeah. Fucking Janko's gonna be pissed. Out.
So yeah, Jacqueline does get knocked down by house.
Yeah, Jacqueline, you're gonna have to get unburied.
Okay.
At least there's an ambulance on the way, probably.
I mean, after that explosion, there's a lot of things coming along. So yeah, you guys are watching the fireball, and then you also hear chaos ensues. Are you sticking around or are you bailing?
Bailing.
Bailing.
Aren't I unconscious on the lawn?
You're not unconscious.
Oh.
You're
I will help
in
you
the
up.
middle of the street in not good shape. But
Let's get you to the hospital, Blake.
No, the ambulance is coming. You know what? Blake is just gonna lie down and light another smoke. No, Blake is gonna lie down and pull a pack of smokes out and rustle an empty pack.
Robert's gonna sit down right next to you.
So Tracy and Michelle are bolting. Jacqueline is buried. And Robert and Blake are just hanging out in the middle of the street, just like, this just happened. I can dig it. Alright. Well, you guys are definitely not having, or Blake, you get immediately put into the ambulance when they show up.
And then probably handcuffed to the gurney.
I mean, no, they see a man in the middle of the street.
With a flare gun in his hand.
No, that flare gun is nowhere to be found. That left his hand when he got hit. It's somewhere. He probably tossed it, not on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But it is definitely somewhere else. They're not gonna think arson right off the bat.
That's fair.
So you get loaded into the ambulance, and Robert, are you going with him?
Yeah, he'll go with him and light a cigarette right inside the ambulance.
No, not inside the ambulance. There's oxygen in there, man.
Oh, right. Before the
as soon as
ambulance,
you
he's
pull
gonna
that
put it
out.
out and go there. Yeah,
Okay.
he's gonna put it up before he goes in.
And then Robert, they look at you two and are like, "Dear God, you're bleeding from your ears and nose. What happened?" Like, yeah, they're gonna. So you two definitely get admitted to the hospital.
I think Blake is just like morphine.
Yeah, you guys are put in the ER and are put on a drip. Both of you. Because Robert, there, you cough up a decent amount of blood halfway through that ride, and they're like, "Oh my God, internal bleeding, blah blah blah." So yeah. So that's what you two are doing. Jacqueline, you'll eventually get unburied by a bunch of firefighters.
Ooh. Hello.
Does she get the fireman carry on her arms as she goes out of the rubble?
I mean, they get her unburied, and then they put her down, and then they gurney her, and also load her up to go to the hospital. And a separate ambulance. All right, so most of the cast is at the hospital right now. The two runners, where the hell are you going?
Dock to grab my bike.
Okay, so you were calling for a taxi, I assume, or are you just walking?
Walking.
Okay. Tracy, you following along, or are you going someplace else?
Yeah, I'm just gonna follow.
You guys want a scene, or just skip to post motorcycle?
I'm good with skip.
Cool.
I'm good with skip.
So, you get the motorcycle. It's not that hard. You just going home afterwards.
Where are we going, Michelle? How many
We'll
honestly?
head back
I'm
home.
still a kid.
Time to lead a double life.
Yeah. Do you want to be my dad? Do the air quotes.
Could you say it again?
Yeah,
You want to be
right.
my dad, bro? And I do air quotes when I say dad.
Michel clearly has stuff on his mind and is only partially paying attention to anything. That was weird.
No shit. Your eyes are weird.
I was that place.
Well, you know anymore. Oh yeah?
No. Maybe Victoria is finally safe now.
Shrug as I unlock his apartment door.
Yeah. Y'all. You load up. All right. So, after a couple days later in the hospital, Blake and Robert, you will be visited. They put you in the same room because why not? After you get out of the ER,
Ugh.
as you're watching daytime television, the colonel walks in.
Colonel.
Well, blowing everything up is one way to deal with it. You know how much damage you did?
Yeah, there wasn't really another option.
Kind of just does a half glare at you. Oh, yeah, you guys are at the hospital. just kind of glares at you and goes, "For now, we'll be ignoring the fact that you broke into a government facility, considering you did take care of it, even though it wasn't in the best way. But Mr. Black, Mr. Phillips, we're gonna have our eyes on you."
Everybody's got their eyes on me. What the fuck else is new?
He just kind of
Actually, I'll get that stern look on my face and do the like point of my eyes and then point at him like, yeah, scared.
glares at you again and just turns on the heel and walks out.
How
Jacqueline.
about Django?
Yeah, Django. He stops and goes, "The officer's fine. She's coherent. She's pissed." And he smiles at you as he walks out and says, "Have fun dealing with that one." Jacqueline, you had a broken arm from the bearing. That's what happened. So your left arm is in a cast.
Okay.
And your cameraman is in bad condition, but is somewhat coherent a couple days later, if you want to have a conversation with him.
It's less of a conversation and more just shouting at him for not being there. Like there was so much that footage that he'd missed, and that it may as well have never happened because how are we going to show it to anybody? And that he's suffering.
I feel like this conversation's less in a hospital and more between a pane of glass through a telephone in a prison. We Randy, in an orange jumpsuit.
No, you're still in hospital.
Fair enough.
But
As in
you're under
weeks
guard.
later.
No.
Yeah, as much as I like him, unless he's in trouble.
Yeah, no, I expect him to go to prison.
I think he's going to prison.
Randy in jail is, nothing
Kind of
new.
funny. It's satisfying.
All right.
Definitely makes Canada a safer place.
So.
It makes the world a safer place.
All right. So Michelle and Tracy, you have a couple days. Are you going back to your previous lives, or?
Tracy can't do that.
It's
no more.
finals time.
Oh, the school. I guess you're in a different building.
Yeah.
So you're just going back, and all your kids are like, "What did you do to your hair?"
He'll fix the hair.
Okay, so you and Tracy will put it back to normal. Okay, so yeah, you're just pretending like nothing happened. Are you wearing shades?
No.
Everyone is absolutely fascinated by your eyes.
Michelle will try to just focus on teaching.
Ignore him.
Cool
Children.
I have
It is
developed
what
a
it is.
cornea health issue, and I would appreciate if you would stop gawking at my disability.
There you go. All right. So if that's what you guys are in, so Django will come in on the third day, Blake, and just like you notice she's got an eye patch, like one of those, not like eye patch pirate, but like gauze and tape things happening.
Django? Glad to see you on your feet. Smile. That smile that says, I know I'm about to get reamed, but I want to be nice.
He said, so I hear a couple things. I hear one, that you did save my life from the evil cultist who snuck up on me after you all left that night. So that's appreciated. What's not appreciated is you blowing my house up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was kind of already lost. Like the black sand had like taken over all of it. It was about to start growing through the neighborhood.
You had better. I have insurance, so we're not at a loss. But I grew up there, Blake. My photo albums were there.
I'm sorry.
You
I
owe me so
y-
much.
you would have made the same exact call.
You owe me all the favors from now till eternity, until I blow your house up. Is that understood?
Pretty sure the landlord's kicking me out after the last couple days.
She just. I didn't hear yes or no, Blake.
Yes, fine. Fine.
And she turns over and looks at Robert. He goes, thank you for saving my neighbors, Robert. They're good people.
Hey, that was
Blake!
my idea.
Nope, you don't speak now. I'm talking to Robert now. Robert?
Well, there or later, when looking for an apartment, you mean? Sorry, I
No,
missed that part.
you're in the hospital with Blake, and Django's been yelling at him and thanks you for getting the neighbors out of there.
He's just gonna scratch his head and say, "It's the least we could do." I mean, once you figure out what we have been dealing with, the least we can do.
Alright, okay, you two. We're gonna get into this more, but for now, recuperate. I hear you had internal bleeding, Robert, and Brake had 8 broken ribs.
Don't ask why.
And then she goes,
Still have.
she does not a glare, but looks over to it again and just like,
I am honestly surprised she doesn't walk over and like thump me on the chest. Glare.
no, what she's gonna do is she reaches actually into a bag. You just noticed that she carried in the room with her, like a paper bag, and she tosses directly at your ribs a pile of like reading material, like a couple books.
Oh god.
And then sets a couple books next to you, Robert, and goes, to stay sane while you're in here.
Thanks. We're gonna need it without being able to smoke.
And then she'll say, you're gonna have to help me find a house. You owe me that much. And she'll turn on her heels and walk out. Okay, so Jacqueline, I want to do one last scene with you, and then, so you didn't need to stay in hospital for a broken arm, so you're back at your house,
Hmm.
and you hear a whisper. Well done, well done, well done.
Hmm? Hello?
You did good. We broke free.
Oh. Well, I'm happy for you.
No, we
Yes, we.
Oh, damn it.
Now,
Wait.
together,
Forever.
we can grow. We can take this place. Nothing.
Just like staring into space.
That's the perfect
Uh,
cliffhanger.
Yeah, that's the perfect fade off and go how
Got
camera pulls out the window while you're staring off into space, looking a little bit uneasy. Go up, look over a bit
a slight
closer.
smirk on my face.
Backs up, goes out, pans over the water to where the crater of the lighthouse was, and a bucket gets taken away. A 5-gallon bucket gets taken away by the water.
All right.
And cuts to black.
Jumanji.
We can do a post what's happening afterwards with everyone if you'd want, or we can just end it there.
I think
Honestly,
I'm happy there, honestly.
I think I'm happy
Yeah.
there as well.
Awesome.
Ominous.
Well, thank
Randy's gonna be disappointed with the election in a month in game.
Randy's gonna blow himself up. Randy, you're on parole. You're on bail pending trial.
Surely he'll just be trying to escape from prison. That'll be his goal.
Got a poster of Jacqueline Graves encounters on my wall. I need a hammer for making little chess pieces. Definitely not for digging a hole behind Jacqueline Graves. Wake up one morning, cell block flooded with sewage. Randy hit a pipe.
Blake is just doing a whole shitload of crappy surveillance for Django for a while.
Probably, but with that, we're gonna call it for the last chapter of this book of Dark Visions. I was Tara, your GM. With us today in let's just go. We're in a random order. Michelle or Jared.
Hi, I'm Jared. I played Michel Cote, professor of theater. He went to a school of theater in Paris where he also did drugs and stuff. It helped him to open his mind.
We had James.
Hey, I'm James. I played Blake Black of Black and White Detective Agency. And in a very, very, very Blake Black fashion, the problem is solved and everyone's pissed at Blake.
We had Luke.
Oh, I played Tracy very briefly, and then Randy for a while, and then Tracy again.
And we have Ever.
Hello, I was Zepper. I was playing for your Robert, your uh clown assistant. Let's just leave it at that.
And Dustbin Mothman.
Hello, I'm Dustbin Mothman, and I was playing Jacqueline Graves, the ghost hunter slash bringer of the end of life as we know it, maybe?
Not if Blake's got anything to do with it.
And we are the Cobalt Cafe. We stream multiple days a week in all kinds of different genres, from superheroes to Star Wars to airship adventures coming up here in a couple weeks. Catch us on any media, Twitter, Facebook, or not Facebook, we don't do Facebook, but you can find us by searching Cobalt Cafe, and our website is thecobaltcafe.com. I think that's it. Thanks for watching, and say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.